So I made a video like this last year, and I think it's about time I update it, and that is how to fix the heroes. In my opinion, just how would I balance out the heroes in this game? So we're just going to be focusing on the light side for this first episode, and we'll do the dark side next time out. And this isn't me saying that the heroes are broken or anything like that, it's just how I would personally balance them, tweak them in a few places if I was in charge. I'm not in charge, so you don't need to worry about it. But we're going to get into things. We'll start off with Master Yoda. And not much I'd change about Master Yoda. I also want to make it clear that I'm not focusing too much on glitches in this video, because if I was, I'd be here all video. I'm just going to be referring to how I'd tweak damage and stuff like that. So Yoda, I would say one thing I'd change for him actually, and that is increased lunge when striking. And what I mean by this is when you're attacking with Yoda, when you're lunging forward, I don't feel he moves forward enough in my opinion. And sometimes you can be going after an enemy and fall behind quickly. I just feel Yoda needs to lunge forward a bit more when he strikes with his normal attacks. As I said, very minor for Yoda. We're going to move on to Luke though. And first of all with Luke, I feel like, especially with his father in the game now, who's pretty overpowered, although Luke is not the chosen one, he should definitely be up there with his father. So his repulse, I would say the damage should be increased from 140 to 200, and that would make it so heavies could be one-shotted, which I feel is very important because with repulse, I do feel like this should be that ability that is absolutely insane for Luke, a bit like Anakin's heroic might. So I'd say 200 so those heavies can be killed as well is very important here, and a health increase from 750 to 800. This is Luke Skywalker at the end of the day, and he's sitting on the same health as Rey, which I really don't get. 800 health for Luke I'd definitely say is needed. And we're going to move on to Han Solo, and with his shoulder charge, I couldn't work out if this did 140 damage or 150, because sometimes I was killing the normal classes and other times I wasn't, but I'm going to say up this to 200 so it can one-hit every class, including the heavies. I feel like Han needs a bit more power, and yeah, this could definitely do it. And a health increase from 650 to 700 for Han. I just feel like he needs that bit more health. Something I'm noticing is with the addition of many lightsaber heroes, the blaster heroes are being picked less and less. And I do think to get people to use them more, maybe increase the health a bit. I don't think 700 health would be too drastic of a change for Han. Moving on to Leia, and once again I'd say the health increase for Leia should be 650 to 700, very important to just keep these blaster heroes in the game at this point. And the flash grenade impact lasts a bit longer. I do feel that is something needed for Leia, that flash grenade does need a bit more of an impact. For Chewbacca we are focusing on quite a lot of changes, so let's work through these. It's no secret that Chewbacca is a mess in this game right now. He's gone from one of the best heroes to one of the worst. So first of all, I'm going to be nerfing his base health. So obviously with no star cards he has 650 health. I'm going to nerf this to 600 because remember with certain star cards he can still get that health up anyway. But what we're going to do is we're going to take his health regeneration and we're going to give this a big buff really from 150 to 300. So I feel less health for Chewie, but he can gain back more of that health, because what you don't want to do here is just completely buff Chewie and make him overpowered again. So I feel like the health decrease along with a health regeneration buff is very important. And then I want to replace his health on ground slam kill cards with just a health on kill card. The health on ground slam doesn't work enough for Chewie, and I think a normal health on kill card related to the bowcaster would be a lot better. Also, shot grenade radius I think needs to be increased. Maybe keep the time as it is now, but the radius needs to be a bit better. It's been poor. And when it comes to Lando, I'm just going to give him a health nerf from 650 to 600. Obviously with star cards he can get back up to 750 anyway, so no worries with Lando. Only reason I'm nerfing Lando is because he's probably the best blaster hero in the game right now, very overpowered with the disabler, so that slight bit less health that you have to get off him could create quite an impact for the opposing team. And when it comes to Rey, I think, it's very important to focus on with Rey that she is quite overpowered right now, and something does need to be done about it. I didn't want to do anything too drastic. I didn't want to touch Rey's abilities, and if I could have my way I wouldn't even have Rey in the game, but I'm going to be fair here. Opinions on the character aside, let's focus on her as a hero in the game. I'm going to give her a health nerf from 750 to 700, and a health regeneration nerf from 250 to 150. And I just feel with a bit less impact on her health for once, then maybe Rey could be easier to take down, because she is one of the heroes that's very overpowered, and especially with Anakin being on the light side now, you don't want those heroes to be too overpowered, but at the same time you don't want to do anything drastic to them that is going to make them too underpowered. With Finn, we are going to replace his health on undercover team kill card with a health on kill card, once again just related to his normal blaster health on kill card. I don't see why he doesn't have this in the first place. And then with Big Deal, we're going to get rid of the feature that decreases the sprint speed when this is active. I really don't understand that, and most of the time I just activate the ability just to get the health and I can deactivate it. Finally for Finn, his undercover team GLIE 44 weapon, his secondary weapon, needs to have some increased damage. It's not good enough right now, and if you're increasing the damage but taking it off a health on kill card, relating that to his normal blaster, I think that would work out very well. Obi-Wan's mind trick I feel is a big problem. It only deactivates abilities and rolls. So I think the mind trick could make enemy blasters, lightsabers and any other attacks such as melee or lightning do half damage. So that way there is some sort of an advantage to using this mind trick in game, especially against infantry as well, because most of the time there's not really any use for this against infantry. And then finally, Anakin Skywalker, I'm saying is 100% fine. I wouldn't change him, I think, after his recent nerf, which I don't think he should have got anyway, but especially after that, you don't need to touch Anakin now because he is the chosen one. I know I keep bringing it up, but you don't want to make it where Anakin feels terrible considering he's the chosen one, so I'd keep Anakin fine. Let me know though, do you agree with these hero fixes? I really want to know, how do you fix the heroes? Let me know in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time where I'm going to cover the villains and how I'd change those guys.